Hey everybody, Wisdom here, finally back with continuation of our blind playthrough Mario Kart 8. I keep wanting to say Mario Kart Wii for some reason. My nephew and I did play a little bit. This is now Sunday, early Monday morning basically, but we played late night, Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Of course, he got out of school, so that kind of tied in with that. But did some battle mode. We did the Flower Cup 50cc, then we did some battle mode action. That was like a 40-minute run through. Showed all 8 tracks there, but kind of gave me a teaser of what's to come in terms of some of the tracks. That said, this is part 5 of the blind playthrough. We're going to continue on, obviously, in the Grand Prix. 50cc, as you can see, we've wrapped everything up in terms of the new tracks. We got the Mushroom, Flower, Star, and Special Cup. Now, if my memory serves me right, what is it? I should know this. Shell, Banana, Leaf, Lightning, I think. You know, you've played the game as much as I have, you remember things. So, important note, though, from last night with my nephew. Where we left off here, I unlocked a new character. I figured it would be a Koopaling. I was thinking it might be Ludwig, whatever you want to call him. And it turned out to be Windy, oddly enough. I think the thing that I unlocked was the Azure Roller. It was just like a wheel. You didn't really miss anything there. I don't think we unlocked anything else. If we did, it was just a Kart customization, I think. And I'm not even sure we did that, since, I mean, the battle mode is no longer coin runners, so it was the balloon battle only. I think that's it, so I'm just telling you that so you'll know. We may have unlocked one thing, and if we did, you're gonna see it here, but I don't think we unlocked anything else that you wouldn't have seen. So basically what you missed, where we left off with the Special Cup victory, it would have been Windy, and I believe the Azure Roller, and then we may have got something else unlocked. If we do, I think we'll see it here. So we're gonna go ahead and come in here. What do we want to do? You know what, we're going retro. There's Windy, of course, down there on the bottom row, below Wario. Since we're gonna go retro, let's go Yoshi here. We'll go standard. The Azure Roller, where is that thing? Just, I hate having the blind playthrough like interrupted and you not seeing this actually be physically unlocked. I think something else may have been the Peach Parasol. I don't know that you saw that in this. If you watch the multiplayer stuff, you'll actually see it. So, it is recorded. Everything's recorded. I didn't like cheat on you and, you know, play the game when I wasn't filming or something. But top row complete, we're going retro. We're going to come down here to the Shell Cup. Have played this with my nephew. Moo Moo Meadows, Mario Circuit, Cheep Beach, Toad's Turnpike. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I thought Moo Moo Meadows was an interesting track selection for the battle mode. But my internet is down. It's not anything to do with me personally or where I'm at. Heat, water, nothing like that. Is actually an announced outage. I said at 2:30 a.m. there might be a temporary outage, and it's 3:15 basically, and it's down still. So they say they're doing upgrades, yet they don't distinguish them. So that said, Moo Moo Meadows, I remember it quite well. We've kind of gotten a refresher on it. And we'll just kind of have to see how it pans out here. Oh, that was Baby Rosalina. I was trying to figure out who that was. I know it's Baby Rosalina. So who's in front of us? Toad. I nearly selected him. I don't know that I have hardly ever been Toad. I guess he would have been a good choice since he got Toad's Turnpike. Maybe he'll wind up being like our main competition or something. But I mean, again, if you didn't watch like my multiplayer run through, Moo Moo Meadows, it was a unique, interesting track from the Wii, but the graphics on this one, and again, I'm not a graphic person, I'm more concerned with the gameplay, but I'll appreciate what's in front. I mean, look at the Mario tractor. It's still one of those deals, probably even 150cc, I'll be making random comments about my surroundings. unless we're like getting beat really bad or something. I thought I was holding a coin, that's why I deployed that shell. But this is just like night and day difference between what you saw in the Wii version. And I didn't have a problem with the Wii version until I saw this one. To be different, I'll take you up here on the ramp. It's a good place to go if you need the coins. We'll hit this one for the key. If you go fast enough, it seems like you can actually rocket off of those grass hills, or at least I think I remember doing that. Maybe I'm thinking of time trials on bikes or something from the Wii version. Seems like I remember something similar to it. Like I said, you know, you might be rusty on this. I know Moo Moo Meadows probably is not Mario Kart Wii track #1 for most people. But when you have played this thing a lot, I mean, you get to a point, you know where the cattle are going to be, you just dodge them naturally. Nothing too crazy, so let's see here, we'll save our coin. Let's see. I don't know how I didn't get hit with a mole there. I was thinking we might be able to use the coin to make that. Maybe if I had a mushroom we could do it. But that's that. So I've had quite a bit of experience on this track in this game. My nephew and I, like I said, went through Shell Cup. Again, Toad right there behind us. But we did that, and then we played it in battle mode last night. I think it's the track we lost on. It was our grand finale. Anyway, that's the first time Baby Daisy hadn't done good in a race. Now, battle mode, yeah, she was horrible, but I'd not seen her get like lower than second. So, Toad, Donkey Kong, Ludwig. I'm going to change the way I pronounce him all the time. So, I usually say Ludwig, but I actually bought parts from a guy at work, and it was a new salesperson. The person I dealt with previously had retired, and his name was Ludwiger, so I thought, you know, and then they transferred him to me. And when I called back on a follow-up order one time, I said Ludwig, and he said, no, it's Ludwig. And I was like, oh, that's like, I did not know. First time I've ever had to call someone by that name. So that said, this is a pretty sweet track. Again, DK and Toad seem to be in the competitive spirits here. Now this one, there's, I think, a ton of shortcuts on. And it's just going to be an issue I'm probably not going to want to take until I have fully explored this thing and know them inside and out. I'm not quite sure what game this came from. I'm guessing maybe number 3. I guess it probably said its title, but I was busy talking about Ludwig. Let's see. How did the bomb get us? I guess he hit it. This is what I hate when you get caught up in this mess. Anyway, I guess we should probably start playing. So much for that idea. Pit stop. Let's see if we can reverse our fortunes on lap 2. Finally, we get some cool power-ups to this. So let's take advantage of those by doing what you do when you have 3 mushrooms. I don't know how he got 2 there. I'm gonna try to stay clear of him until he deploys it. Okay. There's a good grass cut I can take right here. Oh, we way overestimated that thing. Let's just go ahead and do the ramp since we're over here. I was unaware that we had gotten back in the first place though, so that's kind of sweet. Did not think we could coast that thing out there. Totally shocked we were back in the first place. I know it's 50cc, but we've done pretty bad to be in the first place. So I really wanted those shells too. I mean, not shells, coins. Things not going well for us in this one. Let's see if we can execute a good drift. Just up to 8. It's respectable, I think we got this in the bag. Sure, something crazy happening. I think that's Ludwig behind us. Yes, it is actually. So again, 2, 3, and 4 right there with us. Roy would have to do some pretty special stuff. So Ludwig making the jump, ironically. Toad, DK definitely still in contention here. So my only complaint in terms of the actual racing, outside of still getting used to the controls, I feel like next race should have been at the top, or like default selected, even if they wanted it in the middle, instead of view highlight reel. I know they want people to view the highlight reel, but I just think next race, you're going to get to a point where you're not going to watch the highlight reel every time, and you'll never get to a point where you're not going to want to go to the next race. So, Cheep Peach, this one came from Mario Kart DS, I believe that was, what, 2005 or 6? Not quite sure, I didn't have it at the time, so it's one of those titles I picked up after the fact. Because in 2005, I didn't have money to buy a DS, so, one of those things. Kind of a neat track. Reminiscent of the SNES. A lot of the beach levels seem to play the same. They even have, like the same crabs or penguins present. The interesting thing on this one is there's a lot more water you can actually go through than I remembered. Like, obviously you want to avoid the really deep stuff, but you can get a bit more submerged in it. This transition here is very reminiscent of like those Mario Kart Wii tracks. Can't think of the name. I mentioned it. I think this was when me and my nephew played through. Oh, jeez. Okay, I totally botched that. I was looking behind this one. Kind of a cool angle when you do that. And that's a Ludwig. Like I said, I will alternate the name, just because to me it's Ludwig, but he called himself Ludwig, and I'd assume the man would know since it is his name. But, oh, we got him. And now the shadows are a great place to put items like banana peels. And of course, like ramps, it's like one of my trademarks is right in front of a ramp. It's cool. Check that. Okay, the game just did that deal where I couldn't control myself. There's been like only probably 3 to 5 times where it's just this deal where like I'll kind of move the gamepad to readjust my fingers, and then I'm trying to like go left to right and I move in the opposite direction. It's like flight controls or something. Not quite sure what is up with that. It happens not frequently, but I mean regularly. It's just, it happens rarely. So, kind of one of those things I can't quite place it. I don't know if you can use the gamepad, gyro controls and do something. If it's a certain way that I readjust my fingers that triggers it to do that. See how much of a drift we can get through this thing. Okay, you understand. And we'll finish the race looking behind us. So. Alright, so Ludwig again, coming back up. Toad and Donkey Kong in a heated race there as well. Never seen Lakitu do well in this game just yet. Maybe that'll come in the 150cc stuff, but still in need to win this thing. So to the next race we go. Really excited about the next 3 cups because I actually don't know all the tracks. So Toad's Turnpike, though, is what we finish off on. Pretty neat track. I am a big Moonview Highway fan, so I guess this was kind of like the predecessor to the Moonview Highway concept. But, you know, I do prefer Moonview Highway over this one, but, you know, this is a cool throwback, I suppose. I do like the headlights too. This is one of the levels, you can see those now. In this one, I have not had good luck with the anti-gravity because I always run into a, like that little median thing, where it's a re-entry point. Like if you miss the entry I took, there's another place about halfway through that you can go, and I don't have much luck, so I tend to run into the thing. So, Lakitu in the copter above us, as you can see. Oh, that was Galaxy Airbus. That's a nice update. When possible in the Grand Prix, you want to take as many power-ups as possible. Not for yourself, just to rather keep opponents from having them. So, okay, that was a horrible ramp right there. Let's see, I'm trying to read all the trucks now. That's a lot of coins over there in the shoulder. So. I'll showcase it to you here. That was the entry point, but this right here, where you see the blue dots, that's your second entry point. I always run into that wall right there at the guardrail when I'm actually on the 0G. So. Moonview Highway is one of those tracks, even on 150cc, I always just like slaughtered the competition. I don't know if this is going to turn out to be the same way for me. Of course, I'm sure now that since I said that 100 and 150cc, I'll probably get my clock clean or something. But, ooh, I didn't land any of those. Oh, geez, we need some serious coinage here. Of course, the more coins you think, man, what is he doing? You know, they barely give you any boost. You don't really need that many. You unlock stuff with them, so I mean that's your incentive right there. Even if you have the 10, when you hit them, you still get the speed boost, and you get to count that towards your total. So just to do something different, we'll go 0G here. Try not to hit the medians. Oh, see, anybody. Oh, I thought I timed that good. Apparently I was wrong. So, again, right here, I would recommend taking as many as you possibly can. Let's try to... Good grief, that was a weird angle. Maybe there's somebody close to me since we're getting good power-ups in this one. Sitting. Yeah, we slaughtered people. That's my other gripe I forgot to mention in my mini review. I wish they showed your time in this thing. Like if we beat Ludwig by 24 seconds, I want to know. If we win by, you know, 0.003, I want to know. Particularly like in photo finish type things, and of course if you're like going for full-on slaughter fest, you want to know that too. That said, 60-45, so Ludwig, he performed well. Donkey Kong and Toad right there neck and neck, 3 and 4, but that's that. So we're gonna go ahead and take off. Props to Yoshi stepping in here and doing well. Again, right here, view results to me should be on top of view highlight reel, but I'm sure a lot of people accidentally click that, and that's probably what they were hoping for. So, kind of losing my voice too. I don't know why. Again, these highlights, it's like we won every race, and this is just like the bad stuff that happened to us. What did I hit this time? Oh yeah, it's when I nearly clocked a light pole. You know, I'm not quite sure what they were thinking there. I don't know if they can like patch that. They probably can, but it is cool. I mean, usually when the crazy stuff happens, that's like the best moments, you know. But still, if you win all 4, I would think you'd see like passing people, or you know, doing something good, crossing the finish line, perhaps. Nonetheless, we 3-starred this thing, so that's awesome. We have unlocked the Banana Cup. Cannot wait to check that out. New character is unlocked. 400 coins, we got a new vehicle customization option. We got a new stamp, that's fitting. We got the Yoshi on the bike. I would totally do this, but again, you can't see it and it just makes for like an awkward silence type thing. So we'll go ahead and hop out of here. Now, who did I unlock? What's in the cup? You're going to have to come back for part 6 to see that. So the cool thing on that, this time I know I had tons of like non-game related commentary in there, which is easy to do that in Mario Kart when you're comfortable. Obviously in some of the top, higher, tougher races, you know, you just kind of shut up because you're focused on actually racing. But the Banana Cup, when we go through there, I won't know these tracks. I've never played them in this game. I don't even know what they are, so I'll kind of be more back to probably talking about the backgrounds unless we're losing. So no more Ludwig stories probably for a while, but until we unlock him, and then I'll race as him and probably rehash the story. So again, never in my wildest imaginations did I think I would one day order parts at work from a guy named Ludwig and be corrected when I called him Ludwig, you know. So you know, because like you Ludwig von Beethoven, you know, you always hear of him, and he's like, no, it's Ludwig, and he's got like this really deep, doesn't really sound cranky, but I wouldn't call him happy either. Kind of hard to describe. Maybe I'll try to record him on the phone someday for you. That'd be totally unprofessional, and I'll probably not do it, but it would be funny. And then you totally know what I mean, and you probably couldn't describe it either, but when you heard his voice, you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. So, pretty nice guy, though. I guess that's all that really matters. That said, that reminds me of the Michael Bolton Office Space deal. I was thinking you name your kid, you know, like Ludwig or something, and they're like not good at music or something crazy like that. That's why you got to be careful with those special names, you know. If you name your kid Michael Jordan and then he turns out to not be good at basketball, he'll never hear the end of it. But that said, had a lot of fun there. Again, kind of familiar with those tracks already. So, Banana Cup, no clue. We're going to check that out. Should be a blast. Hopefully we'll find it appealing. That's actually mildly funny at 3:30 in the morning. But again, thanks for watching. You can check me out on Twitter. Follow me on... God, botched that again. Jeez. Follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+. Anytime I try to reword that, it just gets screwed up. But again, check out the playlist, oneofwisdom.com, and we will catch you right back here for Part 6, Banana Cup 50cc.